Where's the point? I'm Brad Carter from Carter's and Moseley in Birmingham. Today I'm in the Gozney kitchen and I'm going to be cooking rock-boxed Orkney scallops with English peas and smoked cod's roe. So the first part of the scallop recipe is going to be making the smoked cod's roe emulsion. We're going to take a smoked cod's roe and we're going to emulsify it in the blender with some soaked sourdough bread and then add some oil, just like you do with mayonnaise. So first thing we're going to do is cut open the cod's roe sack and we're going to discard the outside and just use the eggs on the inside because this part is going to make the finished emulsion bitter. It was cold smoked for around about 6 hours. To buy the cod's roe, it'd be best to look online for a specialist supplier. Buy a cod with a roe in it, try and have a smoke of it yourself. So we take the cod's roe eggs and we're going to stick them into the blender. We're going to soak the sourdough bread in some cold water. We've cut the bread and removed the crust. This is important to the finished emulsion so that you don't get any crust or any little flecks running through the emulsion, so it's real nice, real smooth, and the crust holds a lot of flavour in the bread. By removing the crust, you're going to get a more of cod roe taste than bread crust. Another thing that's going in is some garlic, and then we're going to add the bread to the cod roe and the garlic, and then we're going to blend it to a paste. And then we're going to start adding the oil really slowly, like as if we're making mayonnaise. We're just going to season the cod's roe with a little squeeze of lemon. So now it's perfectly smooth. We're just going to check it for seasoning because cod roes can be quite salty after the brining before they get smoked. So sometimes you need salt, sometimes you don't. It's always good to taste. Perfect. We're going to transfer this to a squeezy bottle for later for finishing the scallop dish when it comes out of the Roccbox. The next stage of the recipe, we're going to brown some butter in the Roccbox in this little pan. What that means is we're going to burn the milk solids in the butter and it will send the butter a nice caramelised like golden colour and give it an amazing like sweet nutty flavour. We can do that in the Roccbox just like we can do anything in the Roccbox. Just a couple of minutes, you can see the butter's now browned. On top, these are the milk solids that are burnt, and then that gives the butter its deep, rich caramel flavour. And in a sec, when it's cool, that's when we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. The butter's ready to go, and we're just going to season it with some of the soy sauce. So we're going to take some of the butter and just pour it off into a clean pan, leaving some of the solids behind in the pan. We're now going to season the butter with soy, and this is what we're going to dress up the scallop with before it goes into the Roccbox. So now it's come to the time for cooking the scallop in the Roccbox. Here we've got the 2 scallops and we've dried them out in the fridge uncovered so that we get a nice lovely crust on them when they go straight into the Roccbox. The next stage, slice the scallops in half, leaving the dry side on the top, put them back into the shell, slightly overlapped. That's going to enable it to cook really nice and quick. We're going to put a scallop shell onto the peel that we're going to cook it on directly in the Roccbox. Take the brown butter and the soy that we did earlier in the Roccbox. This is going to fizz a bit and give us a real nice flavour into the scallop before we eat it. We put the scallop straight in on the peel and then we can just cook it directly in the shell. We just move it up a little just to catch a flame, get a little sear on top. And that's it. Roccbox scallop, 30 seconds. So now we're going to finish the scallop. It's been cooked in the soy and the brown butter, which we did in the Roccbox. 30 seconds under the flame. Nice little lick of flame over the top to give it a bit of colour. We did some peas, blanched them in some boiling water and then shocked them in ice. These are fresh. If you can't get fresh, use frozen. They're absolutely delicious. They're ready to go. Some of the cod's roe we made earlier, put into a squeezy bottle, and then we're just going to garnish all the way around with that. Nice amount of this because it's absolutely delicious. Because the scallop's sweet, salty, you get this amazing flavour come through the cod roe that's really smoky, sweet, and lends itself to the scallop really well. And then the last touch, these are wild pea flowers. They taste more of peas than peas. They're really worth seeking out in the summer when they're in season. Normally see them growing up people's walls. And then a last little bit of the soy brown butter, and then some lovely English seaweed to serve. and that's our dish. So Roccbox scallops with English peas and smoked cod's roe.